Hey, welcome back. I'm Mark, and this is Chase Your Taste. Hey, today, it's Veterans Day. So we're out here at the Veterans Day Parade with Nordam in the parade. And later on today, we're gonna make some vegetable beef soup. So what do you say we get to cooking? And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. So this is what we're gonna need for a vegetable beef soup. We're gonna need some roast, cut into bite size. This is about 2 pounds. I'm using frozen green beans, some frozen carrots, and some frozen corn. I've got about 1.5 pounds of potatoes. I'm using the Yukon potatoes, the small ones, cut into bite size. Some cabbage and some onion. Some beef broth. Tomato juice, a can of diced tomatoes, Italian seasoning, bay leaves, and garlic, and salt and pepper. This is all we're going to need to make our soup. Alright, I got a large pot, and I've got some olive oil in it. I've got it heating up. I've got about a medium-high heat. So we're going to start throwing some of our meat in there. We're going to cook our meat up in batches. We're just going to simply brown it because it's actually going to sit in here and it's going to get tender in our soup. All right. So all we're going to do is brown these, and I'll be right back. Alright, let's turn these over, see what they look like. Yeah, looking good. So this is what we're looking for, just some browning. This is going to help hold the flavor into our meat. So we'll turn all these over, and we'll brown these, and take them out, put the rest of it in here and brown it. So when we get this done, I'll be back. Alright, so we've got our last of our meat in. It's just about done. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour the rest of our meat back into our pan. Get that stirred up. So now we're going to add our onions to it. Add our onions. Get them stirred up. I'm going to let these just cook for just a couple minutes. Add a little salt and pepper to it. Salt and pepper. Alright, so now we're going to add our garlic. That's about 2 cloves of garlic. Get that stirred in, and we'll cook this up so it just starts smelling fragrant. Wow. Just take about a minute or so. This looks like a meal in itself right here. I could just take this and eat this just like this. So everything's starting to smell really good. So we're going to add about 2 cups of 2 cups of beef broth. 2 cups of beef broth and about 4 cups of tomato juice. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so to this, we're going to add some Italian seasoning, about a tablespoon of it, and a couple of bay leaves. And we're going to get this stirred up. We're going to let this come to a boil. Then we're going to turn it down. Then we're going to let it simmer for about an hour so that meat can get nice and tender. When this starts boiling, be right back. Alright, looks like we're starting to boil. So I am going to turn this down and I'm going to let it simmer on about a medium heat for about an hour or so, or until the meat is tender. Alright, turn my heat down, so we will be back in about an hour. Alright, so it's been about an hour. Everything's looking good, so we're going to add to this now. We're going to add our potatoes. And our cabbage. And, I forgot to add our tomatoes. Juice and all. And our frozen carrots. Now this is a bag of carrots. And we will let this cook for about 10 minutes. And then we'll add the rest of the vegetables to it. Alright, we got that stirred in. So, in about 15 minutes, we'll be right back. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes. Potatoes getting close to being done, so we're going to go ahead and put the rest of our vegetables in there, which is only 2. So we're going to put our corn in there. And our green beans. Get those stirred in. And this is just full of vegetables and meat and goodness, and this is good on a nice a nice cold day in the winter time. Alright, so we got everything in there now. So now it's just pretty much waiting for everything to heat up. So we'll give this about 10 more minutes and we'll be ready to eat. Alright, looks like we're done. Stir this up one more time. Look at that. That just looks delicious. Takes me back growing up. All right, so let's turn the fire out. We'll put some of this in a bowl. Look at that. Get some meat in there. Look at that. That's just delicious. All right, so let's give it a taste. All right, let's give our soup a taste. Get a little bit of meat here. That meat's tender. The soup tastes really good. It's hot. The potatoes are done just perfect. So yeah, this takes me back from when I was growing up as a kid. Mom making this. We'd eat on it for a week. Yep, this is delicious. Hey, give this a try. Let me know what you think about it. Leave something down in the comments there. And hey, don't forget to chase your taste.